That was Carl Shepard playing as City Monk, Desert Monk, and Zaki. It's such a beautiful project. If you attended Makanda Festival last year, you'll remember that he performed this project with Shane Cooper and nice saxophonist. So it's a very beautiful project. Do check it out. If you just tuned in, this is your space for sonic engagements, and we're doing what we do as always. I promised you that today we have a very beautiful guest, and sihleli noKhwalo namhlanje. And before I bring him in, let me play him a very nice tune. We're going to welcome him in a very special way. And let's see, what are we going to play him? And Denamkela Nonke. I see you guys. I see. Let's play him something very nice. That's Johnny Mizojan playing us a very beautiful song entitled Song for Biko. Those that know will remember that Johnny Mbizotyan was born in East London, not too far from here in a township called Duncan Village. And he's writing a song for Ubiko, Mutatu Ubiko, who is also not, too far from here. His land of birth is just, around 60 k's or so from here. So it's a very beautiful letter. And the reason I'm playing Johnny Jan, and it is because also there are links to this metro. And last year, you'll remember there was a tribute concert which was put together by interesting collaborators in trying to enrich this memory and continue this legacy. But one of the most important things about joining Mizojan was that he had a movement he called Jazz Against Apartheid, which was really about, fighting, the apartheid system. And he was abroad for so many years, and most of his records were done there. And you're just listening to this one as well. You see, it's a quartet. You don't even hear piano. It's a beautiful music. Yeah, sekhona ke uBukhwalo. He's with us, and I did say that we are having a very special guest this evening, and we're blessed to have you, Buti. Wamkelekile kunjani?
Ndiyaphila inkosi, ndiyabulela into kokuba
Okay, I think your microphone is somewhat
uyandisokola. Oh. I don't know. Maybe.
Can you talk?
Yes.
Okay. You are. I see that you're talking, but we're not hearing anything from you, from your side. Okay, let's play music while we attend to this technical problem. Okay, let's play you a very nice song by the song. Actually, let's play his song. We just cannot pick him up at the moment.
Cream. Lamb. That's it.
Nanku Khwalo Sithela, beautiful song composed there. Very beautiful song entitled Lengoma. He's going to tell us more about this song. But for now, let's welcome Upudumza. Molo Pudumza.
Ndithenda khona ngapho.
Yeah, no, loud and clear.
Hayi ke ndiyabulela. Ndithi yakho kutheni ngathi yonke into iyalwa nje i-load shedding apha i-network ngapho so ndiyavuya ke kodwa ukuba ndibe khona.
Yes. To those that just joined in, you're listening to some are watching. I see the Finger family. We really appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Those that are watching, this is Jazz Outside the Box with Zuko Yigi. We're broadcasting live from East London studios, and this is your space for music and beautiful engagements around this genre of jazz. We're happy, we're excited for this evening. Like I said, Khwalo is here with us. We're just talking all things Dumza. Many people know him as a jazz artist, and some know him as a radio personality and voiceover personnel as well. So he's done an incredible work. But Dumza, to people who do not know you, how would you best describe yourself?
Udumza nguKhwalo. Kumchana kumambandla ngumzukulwana wamachawe nongwali first and foremost. Kodwa ke uDumza yimvumi, ngumqambi, ngutata. Look, I think zininzi izinto and this is good maybe for the context of this conversation. I'm an artist, a composer, and I think manje noyibamba apho.
No. That's beautiful. Abahlali bayabulisa, abanye babulisa ko WhatsApp, abanye babulisa ko Facebook. Thanks guys once again for joining us. So you have been committed to this journey yokudidiyela umculo njengemvumi, njengomqambi, njengamanje busowutshilo. And xa unosibalisela ungathi olu hambo lwaqala nini mhlawumbi?
Olu hambo luqale ndiselula kakhulu. Ndisenaso inkumbulo ndisemncinci kakhulu. Ndihamba nomakhulu wam sisiya emigidini, ndihamba nomakhulu wam sisiya emicimbini. Ngelinye ixesha ndibelekiwe, ngelinye ixesha ndizihambela, ngelinye ixesha ndiziyele emguyweni wamakhwenkwe okanye kuyo nayiphi into ebisenzeka ngelaa xesha bendikhula. Ingoma yiyona nto ndicinga uba ibiyiphathi yazo zonke izinto besizenza elalini yam. So ndicinga uhambo lwam, even though I was not aware at the time, lwaqala apho. Enye into ke enika ndla into kokuba I've always been umuntu othanda umculo to a point into kokuba nasenkonzweni nasezicaweni ndandisiya noba kweyiphi na evuliweyo. Kukho isitori abathanda usibalisa ekhaya sento kokuba ndenzelwa isambatho yenye icawa, i-followers, iziyoni, bandenzela isambatho. Mhla ndiyosinxityiswa eholy because I did not know the difference. You know, I just wanted to have isambatho sam xa sinxityiwe.
Yeah.
And I still remember when babendinxibisa uba hey bethuna kodwa nxibisana umntana sanube ndithetha nxibisana umntana because ufuna ujikeleza, you were not allowed uba uyojikeleza phaa uba unaso. So I think ihambo yam started apho. Even when my grandmother was teaching me, ukucula, umakhulu esixubuya emicimbini mhlawumbi ezithe ntshi kamnandi abuye angene endlini thatha i-cardboard okanye whatever andifundisa ingoma. Nali ithamsanqa liyakwaliwa nguwe ithamsanqa liyakwaliwa nguwe oh ndindedwe ekhaya ingoma ezifana nezo but at the time I was really not aware that she was teaching me how to sing. She was teaching me ukuvuma, ukombela. And then as ixesha lihamba ke the music waseradiweni ke ngoku was becoming, I mean kwakuculwa kwakudlalwa ingoma zabo Mariah babengathi bayaqala uduma kakhulu okanye well because andisuka ezilalini ke ngelaa xesha iradio yayingathi into ngathi iyenyuka. And then everyone wanted to be like or zonke izigroup zase-America. And then this high school ke ngoku ndafoma i-group mna ne-friends zam esasicula i-gospel kuyo because I think yeyona nto yayikusondele kakhulu ukuthi leyo ine-platform. Saqala ucula i-gospel. I think from then ke ngoku, now I think I was about 16, 17 years old and it's a high school. Kulapho ke ngoku ndaqala uperforma ke ngoku kakuhle ndime emaqongeni with imvumo ezininzi kakhulu. At the time kwakhona into kwakuthiwa yi-Border Gospel Association, eyayinkulu kakhulu, kwakusenza concerts every week eyayikhokelwa nguMandla Makhubalo. So ngelo xesha ke ngoku kwangona ndizibona nam ukuthi ingathi le nto ndiyakwazi ukuyenza and ingathi yinto endinoyithanda ndiyisekude le.
No, thanks. Now, fast forward, you did most of this music in the Eastern Cape when you started out, and then you moved to Joburg, and you were there for a good number of years. I'm not sure if was Notuli Ngambu Egoli, but I know that we see you more often this side. And the reason I am mentioning these things is to sort of map out this journey, which has led us to having this conversation today, especially in this jazz platform. And I've been fortunate enough to be in various stages of your career. I was in East London when I was here in East London when you came to promote Molo. And when you came with Shocks and Opudlanda Matope and other guys, and I mean, I I still have a picture as a Guild Theatre and Ushwasasi Kogunjani, but I still have a picture, and you were still, in your moment of and perhaps let me just mention this. So we're attending Dumza's launch. I don't know whether it was a launch, but you came down to promote the album.
Yeah, it was a launch.
It was a launch. Yeah. And I remember Udumza, I think he was still backstage. So the guy that was emceeing the event, he had to request us to move from where we're seated to move closer to the stage. And we were not too many. That's the reason why we were told to get closer to the stage.
So
and then first... like Sasmambalo ngesixhosa. And then fast forward, but it was a very beautiful and well put together production. And fast forward, you came to East London to record live your DVD in East London, and it was a different picture altogether. Perhaps people who had attended the first one, and I mean, people that did not attend the first one, and maybe got the news that it was not attended, and then when they got there, I'm sure they got a very big shock of their lives, because I mean, you had full house and doing this music. What is it that? Yeah, it was sold out. What is it that keeps drawing back to Ipondo, even when like you're in Joburg? Because even then, I mean, you could have decided to record your live project first ever in Joburg or anywhere, but you decided to come home.
If it's not an activity, I would say in the Gogba, the reason I wanted to record here, I mean, I had an opportunity a year before that to record. I had a show on Msaki at Joburg Lyric Theatre. It was a great production. Yeah. And the company that was shooting I mean, they did a great job. There was a company that was going to take the audio. Everything was just perfect. Um, we were also shooting into a good twice soul and on it. It was a into yayidlala ku SABC 1 at the time. Yayiphana nayo yoshuta that show. But I said to Ngalamini, no, I don't want to record here. I want to record at home.
Yeah.
Because I think Ingoma and Isbalayo, they speak first to Xhosa speaking people. And I'm not trying to be, to bring forth into the tribalism. Ayinanto the tribalism or whatever.
Yeah.
Inento with understanding when I'm on stage into okokuba this message abantu abazawukwazi into okokuba bayive bayithini and bandinike le energy ndiyifunayo for the
I
audience, for
see.
somebody with recording. They're going to
Yeah.
respond immediately. Yonke into endiyithethayo bayiva in real time. I
Yeah.
mean, at Joburg, there's quite a lot of people, and uba ndithi phaya ndakhuliswa ngesidima ngamaqabaqaba imbola kuloo manquko lwafulele ngengca. By the time ndifika kuzabe kucacisa uba uthi ke uDumza, so they may not really get laa nto ngelaa
Yeah.
xesha. So I wanted that. But
Yeah.
also kuba ndingazange ndabona DVD, especially of a national artist erekhodelwe Eastern Cape, I wanted to be one of the first people who do that. Abantwana base-Eastern Cape bayazi into okokuba xa bejonga i-Guild Theatre bayazi uba we have like world-class facilities e-Eastern Cape, and also bayazi into yoba ii-lights ezi ayizo zinto zaseRhawutini. Everything that Joburg has, we have those things in the Eastern Cape. So that's one of them. So I wanted also to inspire, abantu base-Eastern Cape, artists of Eastern Cape as sakhulayo. So I wanted them to come and see how is it when we create. So I think, man, that's basically what I was trying to do. But also ndingumntu ethanda kakhulu i-Eastern Cape. I think kule 15 years ndihlele eRhawutini, inoba xa unozubale ngexesha bendigoduka ngalo, mhlawumbi ungatsho into 6 years ndihleli apha e-Eastern Cape because of every chance endiyifumanayo. Because this is where, man, this is where I get inspired. And umculo wam ubalisa izitori zalapha e-Eastern Cape. So ngaphandle kwe-Eastern Cape kum ingangathi mhlawumbi uqhawule yonke into edibene nam nomculo. If you could take away my language, if you could take away the sound and everything that I know, and if that memory can be wiped away, I think I would be left with nothing. I would be left with nothing. So that is very important by Eastern Cape.
Now, you mentioned earlier that Umakulu, became a very solid ground for you to work on as a kid, and when you were still, trying to find yourself, perhaps, and Umakulu was there. Giving you that solid background musically, and making sure that whatever knowledge he had, she was passing on to you so that you could learn to sing ingoma zasekhaya, not ingoma zakwezinye indawo. Now, the reason I'm quoting you here, it is because we are seeing your music now taking a very distinct and very beautiful direction that is nuanced, or that is filled with sensibilities of amaXhosa, uyombela, uyanqunqa. Uthi xa umamele isinqo ufumaniseke into yoba ithi gida. Is this how you've always wanted to approach music? Because your earlier projects were sort of reflecting the times and the experiences and the vocab you had at the time, but now we see you leaning more towards umculo wesintu. ungasixelela ntoni around that?
When the sound indiyenzayo ngoku, it's what I've been trying to do for the longest time, but I was really scared at the time. I mean, if you go to my first album, uzafika bakho kwingoma ezifana no Changed Man, kudala ndingcungcutheka ndinomtsalane jabal wam ongomntu lo. If you listen to those songs, umzekelo ithamsanqa likhona pha, nali ithamsanqa liyakwaliwa ngoku. And then you go to the next album, uzafika pha kukho ingoma ezifana no ntombi ezintsundu zakwaDlamini bathi abadala siyazalana or andikho. So it will show you into yokuba ibikhona le sound apha kum engqondweni, but it's either ngenye ixesha bendenza mhlawumbi nabantu who don't really mhlawumbi engeyo sound mhlawumbi abayiva kuqala okanye abayithanda, andiyazi ndingayibeka njani. Or kungenzeka mhlawumbi intoba mna bendingena-confidence kakhulu uba this is the sound, because I think because of the influences of other genres that I grew up listening to. For instance, I will tell you, when I was recording my first album, I was very much into D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, but also Ringo and Jabu Kanyile. When I did my first album.
Yeah.
And then when I did my second album, I was exposed. I just did a 2-year show called Victor Ndoni, tribute to Victor Ndoni. And that's when I discovered my voice. Not necessarily discovered, but I think that's when I gained a confidence in my voice that I can actually do this with Len baritone denial. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then expose nayo ke ngoku kwi-sounds kwi-jazz kakhulu la ntuka la project nandiyenza. And then I recorded uMolo ke ngoku.
Yeah.
And I think uMolo yiyona album that really eye yansondeza kakhulu ke ngoku ebantwini. Abantu baye bayithanda kakhulu la album ngendlela emangalisayo. But the albums, of course, I'm working with 4 producers there. I work with Upanda Banda, he did Usombawo. I worked with Gabriel Stirman. I worked with Uluyanda Matope, and I worked with Nduduzo Makatin. And I called each of them because I knew it in Southern Ifunayo. Let's sound in Yenzayo. I called Nduduzo kula previous album come and azoyenza Andiko and the letter. And Uluyanda, I called Uluyanda to come and do Umolo, Unomthandazo and other songs, njalo.
Yeah.
And then I really fell in love with that sound, And so you know about to just go all out, dance la sound ga Andiko and because I think I felt like Ukombela was not cool. It was not hip, Ukombela, like I'm not singing. I felt like I was not singing. I wanted to sing.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing. But I think I realized, as I was touring that album, actually, I feel like I'm trying too hard, man. I'm trying too much. This thing is in me. Very much natural. It's very natural. Ubizo, natural. When I try to be hip and all, it is not happening. I disconnect with the music. I disconnect with just everything that I know. So, probably album celebrating African song. That's when I came hard. That this is who I am, and this is how I want to express myself.
No, thank you very much. Indeed, you someone who knows, into Ifunayo. I mean, you worked with Suput Andile Yenana, who was born Kwazelicha, not too far from here again, and he's really contributed a lot, to the pearls of jazz in South Africa. So we're so grateful to still have him around and guiding, young people and. So now you record that project, and it was a beautiful success. And there's Opu Jimmy Mngwadi there, and there's Put Andile Yenana there, there's Ayanda Skade there, there's Oklondi there, there's Olwanda Kokwana, and it's a beautiful experience. And I just want us to cut straight, as we're still gonna play some music. To those that just joined in, you're listening to Keith Ngesi Radio. This is Jazz Outside the Box with Zuko Yigi, and our guest tonight is Dumza Maswana. So there's this now. You've been transforming, and a few months ago, you presented a very grand project in Qabecha, orchestral experience. I think I'm calling it right, but you will correct me if I'm wrong. And where is Dumza now? What is Dumza? What are you doing? What is the direction? Because it's really big. The whole orchestra and some music rearranged and by the likes of Sakile Simani, East London's great trumpeter, and Momto Mabuza, your pianist. What is care to share? This beautiful journey that you are just expanding on.
Man, this project, like it is really exciting for me. I've always loved big band, I remember Upramzi, the late Pramzi, you would know him as a photographer.
The photographer, yeah.
When you heard me sing Andiko, so he was telling me that he's been hearing, he's been getting calls from many different people. I remember Mom Suduka called me as well. At hey, Dumza, hey, Victor Zluan. So no put him Pramzi Achona, Dumza, you remind me of Victor Zluan. And I said, okay, that's Banlo because and Mazum.
Sure.
And then he invited me for coffee. East London, please let me know. And I made it happen. I said, okay, I will come see you. Then I flew to East London from Joburg to listen to the sounds of Dada Victor Zluan.
Yes.
And I was shocked in Ogogba. That's exactly where I like that. That's the sound that I heard up in Gondonyam in Ogogba. I was imagining it jazz music, merging it with indigenous music or style of singing. That is Ukombela or Uktin, I was thinking around, and then everything that I was thinking, so wow. I would say that listening to Tandla Zluana gave birth to the sound that we're hearing now, even celebrating African song. But I really wanted to do something bigger than that now. So I said to my band, guys, is there a way? How would you interpret it? And then it was a conversation, that I took to Sakile, that I took to Joe Ash Subramani, who is my tenor saxophonist. And I spoke to Mnana as well, who's a very good friend. Yonela Mnana is a very good friend of mine. But guys, can you arrange this music? And that's what they did, man. That's what they did. And it sounds amazing. But I think I wanted to show in Gogba, look, all I'm trying to do with my sound is to take Lomtulo way to a Sindu. Do sondeza kuzo zonke indawo sikwazi ukusondeza kuzo, Only last week I did Usombawo with the group called the Muffins, you
I
know,
saw the
and
videos. I saw the
and I will continue doing that, Kuba. Abantu mabayazi Kuba, there's nothing wrong with how we sound, and we can take the sound to any, to so I can take the sound to say, hey, I'm trying to, I can sing any sound, nobody else, with country music if I want to. That's how
Yeah.
big the sound is. I mean, but now, I mean, obviously, I'm doing just so what I'm trying to do with the sound, man. Into kukho conversations and ndizive every time,
Mm,
especially also ke as a broadcaster as well. Zento kokuba kukho into ezibizwa jazz, kukho into ezingabizwa jazz, you know.
yeah.
We sineza conversations zihluphayo every day. I mean, you'll hear a lot of people telling you into kokuba Dumza Masona is not necessarily jazz, and uphinde uvome into ethetha enye into. So I think I'm not trying to prove to them that I am that, but I'm trying to prove to them that music is bigger than all these things, you know.
Mm,
Um, but at the same time, ndiyababonisa into okokuba i-jazz actually iyakwazi into okokuba ibe libhayi esinokulondlala sihlale phezu kwalo with whatever that you have, whether
yeah.
ungumntu owombelayo ocula njengam, whether mhlawumbi
Mm,
ungumntu
mm,
ocula i-gospel, you know.
yeah.
Uveliso angangena aphelele kwi-jazz esenzela nto ayenzayo. I-jazz will accommodate uveliso,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I think i-jazz is the sound that I love. Nazo zonke ezaa zinto ze-orchestra, and it really helps me, bro, to really express ezinto ndizifila apha ngaphakathi. I think
Mm.
I love the sound of jazz, number one, but I also love the sound yasekhaya. So ngala mazwe mabini ke ngawo la ndizama ukuwadibanisa nge-orchestral experience.
Koska cool. Those that just joined, you're listening to Jazz Outside the Box at Keith Ngesi Radio. We're going to play music, and then we're still going to extend to this beautiful conversation. We see beautiful messages. You can write questions you want to ask our lovely guest, your comments and everything. He is here. He's all yours. Yeah, we're going to have a very great time. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are also having a great time wherever you are. I hope you're keeping warm. I hope everything is right. Let's play some music and then we'll continue with one thing about jazz music, there's no end. You play and play and play until um, the song just keeps going and going and going and going. Okay, we're still at it. We're still chatting with Upodomza Maswana and his beautiful works, his contributions. And this is a very good man with beautiful heart. He's got a foundation, and we've seen him do like communal social work, helping out kids, building school, donating supplies for the school, and I mean embarking on big and beautiful, significant campaigns. We salute you, Buti, and we say keep up the good work. And we see that you are doing Cape Town soon, and you still okay. The Cape Town is not the normal orchestral experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
At
just
least, at
going
least,
with my sextet. I'm just going with my sextet there.
yeah, yeah. To people that are not aware about this, please follow Dumzo Maswana on the socials. You're going to see his works and Butera Vukesiakbona, and we really appreciate the love. Yeah, he's doing some amazing projects. He's also coming to East London sometime in August, right?
Yes.
Please tell us more, like about this moment that you're bringing to East London, and what is it exactly that you would want to see fulfilled as you allow this project, to travel?
Hey man, I look. Everyone knows this, but East London is my home ground. Can't say East London. There was no way that I was gonna do this in PE and not in East London. There's just so much love for me in East London, and but I think I want to continue, man, with this music. I want people to appreciate what we have. I want people to really to follow us. I think I also understand how difficult it is to do what we do, because umzekelo abantu abaninzi, they would think no, we are all about money. We are doing this because we want money, and they don't know but actually asiyenzi kwaloo mali leyo, siyayichitha instead. And
Yeah,
umzekelo sendazinikela kulaa nto yokokuba ndizixelele into yokuba you know what, this is the little that I'm going to do for the music, for the sound, for just for the culture. This is the little that I'm going to contribute. Kokuba i-generations ezilandelayo zibone how cool this music is. I mean, look, listening to uVictor Ndazilwana, for instance, as albums zakhe nge-60s, and to this day, to this day when you listen to that album, and that's into kokuba I want to do the same thing. I once had a conversation non-duduzo. I think I was panicking in a way, but sometimes you feel like you are not making money or and he said, there are pop artists, there are people who are just doing music for the sake of ukwenza, but there are people who document. He spoke about documenting, and he made it sound like it's like he told me about don't look down on what you're doing. Whether people are following it now, but there will come a time when they will go back and check what you have recorded and check what you have documented. So don't worry, just do what you need to do. And I think I took that with me, and that is exactly what I'm doing, Goku. ingangabonakali mhlawumbi kubantu abaninzi ngokuba iyaphi le nto. But I can tell you into yokuba there's so much appreciation for the sound. You know, I mean, I'll only be doing that's the second, the second take, and it's again East London. But I can tell you
Yeah.
already, there's so much appreciation for the sound. But also, if you follow Dumza Masuna, you will realize Dumza, before he records an album, he takes the music to the people first, and then he records. So this should also tell you in Bandia on my next album.
I see. I
You
see.
know,
I see.
so
I see.
album Yamelandelayo. I mean, I did Celebrating African Song before I recorded it. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I performed Omolo and other songs before I recorded them. So if you're listening to the sound, rest assured, on my next album, you're going to hear a big band. You know,
Wow.
it is going to be amazing. And I've started writing music, you know, but I needed to work on something a core which is my music.
I see.
Or Ubizo, or Ngokwenene Mntana Midinga, Lindsay, and other songs, so that even but is this something, because it does not really help if you are just going to experiment for the sake of experimenting, you know, when you have a platform already. I understand about a platform. I already have a platform. I already have a name, you know. People
Yeah.
will come and listen and they will give me feedback, you know, about, okay, this is what we think. You know, and I think everyone, we are eternal in the you know, yeah. I mean, look, man, when we did this show by the quality of the audience, you know, the people that came to listen to I mean, there were even young kids. I mean, I absolutely loved that. And I must say that
Yeah. Yeah.
they must not be scared to bring their kids to my shows, because my show is a family show, man. You know, it's a family show. They must not be scared. I was very happy to see Abano 13, Yochogo 16 Pagla show. So basically, what I'm trying to do is to take Lomtulo way to forward to the next generation. You know, uh, and I hope Yenze Londole. I hope by feel Londole.
It is happening because when you talk about documenting this music, and there are great inventions in place. And for example, when we opened our session, I read a few. I borrowed from this book,
Yeah.
and this is Johnny Mbizotyani's songbook. It has 20 songs by Johnny. It was done in preparation for that concert that was played in East London. So there's a lot of things that were documented there. But this kind of documentation, you know, this is the kind of documentation that came as a result of that. And there are arrangements here by the likes of Sakila Smani here, meaning that this book is going to schools, and kids will be learning music from their forefathers. And I mean, you have like Ingoma Ezombelayo here, and they just hear, you know, Angolan cry, beautiful pieces. And you know, they've been, you know, arranged. You have Okalahari, so meaning that this kind of documenting is the next phase, or should I say, response to the cry that we have. And you keep mentioning things that reflect ubuthandazwe, things that reflect your love for ubuntu, for isintu, for how, you know, abantu or abanguni sing, and how they should embrace that. And you are not just saying that, but you are showing it through your music. And what is it that keeps you committed to that journey, and that, you know, what is it that keeps you going? But as you're going, like, you sort of have your balance, and you have your whole being, you know, glued on this, you know, great source that, you know, gives you the great courage to, you know, live out your full image and not compromise what you strongly believe in.
It's how it makes me feel, you know. Indlela endifila ngayo after the fulfillment, man, the joy that it brings me to be on stage and do this music, the joy endiyibona even nasemehlweni abantu. And I think we are the ones who should be I think njengabantu abanikwe i-platform funeka isithi abantu babonisa abantu into okokuba actually this is wonderful, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when I'm on that stage, I mean, I remember a lot of people say a lot of things about me, about how I dress on stage, about how I sing. There were people who were not impressed with how I sing. You know, I was talking to a friend during the day about
mm,
this. That xa usombela, abantu bacinga ukombela into elula. Bacinga it's something that anyone can do, and they would say
yes,
no, but it's not as easy as they think, you know, because in other
yes,
places people have to learn how to sing the way sicula ngayo. I mean, if I can take somebody from some group, you know, a
yes,
very well-known group out there, uthi makazokombela, you know, there's
mm,
something that endake ndathetha ngayo ndisithi ndike ndive ii-gospel groups, for instance, xa zicula isayoni, xa zicula isayoni, you listen to how they sing it, ufumanisa ukuthi ingathi into abayifundileyo,
mm,
but
mm,
they would sing a Kirk Franklin song with ease, and isayoni
yeah,
is sabo, but xa beyicula ithi bangathi bayayimoka sometimes, you know, kufaka uleza yasabeka, you know.
yeah,
By the time we are done with what we are doing, abantu, they will know about this is how we should sound.
yeah,
Okanye, this is how we sound, and there's nothing
yeah,
wrong with it.
yeah,
If we don't have eza riffs basifunayo,
mm,
you know, you know, I don't even care about those things, you know. And ndinikwe athi umntu ukujonga athi umza funeka kaloku uhlahlale ubabonise into okokuba my thing is not about that. My thing is not about ukubabonisa, you know.
yeah.
I love what I'm doing, and if uba nindibona ngendlela endibona ngayo yinto yenu leyo. So I think the joy that it brings me yiyo ebangela into okokuba, also the fact that there's just so much to do out there. There's so much in our culture that we need to take sikubeke kwi-platform. Yiyo into endiqhuba, like xa ndicinga uba ndenze ucelebrating African song, so noko ndibarha ngoku. And then now I'm learning Guwahati, for instance. So why
Mm,
would it work? So it's akukho ndawo yokuma. There's just so much to be done, you know, for the culture. There's so much to be done for the jazz for jazz music. So I think that's what keeps me going, you know. It is the need I see out there. It is the joy that it brings.
in your project celebrating an African song, you are doing a song entitled Ibali Kanoma India. And Ibali Kanoma India is basically a tale, storytelling. It's based on a story,
Mm,
and there's beautiful abstract music playing in the background.
mm,
And earlier on, when you gave us a background of who Dumza is, where Dumza is coming from, you mentioned a very important thing, which I think a lot of black kids can make reference to, ukukhuliswa ngumakhulu okanye ukukhula phansi kukamakhulu, and how they pave a way and how they sort of socialize us or bring us back to who we are. And and sometimes that image is often blurry, because as kids we fall into the trap of wanting to be like other kids, and wanting to go with the flow, and all of those things. And now we are seeing ourselves in a very desperate position and a very, um, unstable ground. Maybe let me say that because a lot of us don't have Omakulu anymore, and they are gone with all the knowledge they had, and some were lucky to go there before they would leave, and as a result they got whatever they were given. Some did not because they did not grow up phansi komakhulu babo. And the reason I'm saying this, I've been reflecting. If you check almost in each and every household, grandmothers that we have, maybe around 60, 70 years, and they don't tell like kids stories about Balis and so on. And I'm fortunate enough to have grown up omakhulu bekhona, especially umakhulu mama katata, Mapashi would tell us stories, like great stories before bedtime. When we visited him, and with great characterizations, I mean, she would emulate each and every figure, that was in the story. And now we see yourself taking it a step further and bringing all these, things you grew up listening to, and then now you're bringing them, into jazz music, and to sort of tell people, as you said in your words, that we could look into jazz as this blanket that we can just spread, and then we just sit, on top of it, and then we start, mapping out our own journeys from this point. What was happening at the time when you decided to incorporate this element? Because it is one thing that I think is almost dead. As Saba listens to Makai. But you chose to bring it back, but in a very beautiful way through the sound of jazz.
Yabona i-storytelling sisuka kude kakhulu, and i-storytelling kulapho khona kwakugcinwa khona amaxesha. Uba umzekelo kuthiwa kwakukho ichwili ndenze umzekelo, okanye kuthiwe I'm trying to think uba ibaluleke noma-India, but xa umamele intsomi izawuxelela uba kwakuxesha phi phela ngokusenza ethile. So kwakurekhod amanye amabali angabonakala ngathi ayengeyonyani, but ayeyinyani, intsomi zi-based on izinto ezenzekayo.
Yes.
Ixesha elininzi uzawuva kuthiwa imivundla iyathetha, umvundla uthetha nento ethile, but you are able to bring those things, home. Umzekelo ibaluleke noma-India, kuthiwa phaya noma-India waginywa lisele, elaa sele ke lilo liyalicula liyoqabela kwezalali. Every time ndifika kulaa ndawo umntu vaseqomba ndithi unoma-India waginywa lisele, baphela abantu yintsini uba hayi njani ngotithi bendithe kwathi ke kaloku ngantsomi. But I mean, if people listen, there are lessons to be learned from intsomi. What you are saying actually is very true. Umamam zange ndamve ebalisa intsomi ebalisela abazukulwana bakhe. Actually I need to check on it. Uyazazi nentsomi yena qala. So storytelling is very important in our society. Ziyayivula ingqondo yabantwana. Ziyayivula ingqondo yabantwana. Also ziyakwazi ukufundisa abantwana ulwimi. Yabona, ukucula ke mna ndakufunda phaa kwezo ntsomi. Yabona elaba balisa phaa, even though ndiye ndalitshintsha ndalimodify noko. Sister Makhulu that used to tell me, even the song ndicula phaa, it's exactly how she would sing it to me. Kamene kanchi dipetuma India kamini kanchi tiphethe umhloba zegombo gombo kamini kanchi tiphethe ma-India kamini kanchi tiphethe umhloba zegombo gombo wegombo gombo wegombo gombo. Well ke mna ndiyayimusicalize you know nokuba ifikelele
Wow.
apho umakhulu engekwazi ukufikelela khona. Look man, the first time ndifaka ibhendi yam kule ngoma, I heard them speak bezithethela bodwa nje bekhala ngo-5 no-10 endingabaziyo kubalwa le ngoma lo xesha lini maduna why ngoku kwakhutshwa icalculator kubalwa ingoma kwenzeka ntoni, you know. Abanye
seyile ngoma yam libalwayo,
ingoma yam libalwayo kuba ayofofo ayontontontoni ine-odd ntontonzi gquma nithetha ngantoni, what are you talking about, you know. But that will show you. So mamelela ngoma ibaleka noma India into yokuba kwa indlela kwa ingoma le eyenziwe ngayo ayikho, is not your normal, you know, elehlobo countwa ngalo, you know. Ikwindawo yayo yodwa. And when I was recording this note with Andile, they were fascinated by, like, they were like, there's no way you're not going to record this because it is going to teach a lot of people in Nogokba. It's umculo okanye imiculo emininzi ifunda emvelweni, ifunda endalweni, you know. Lo mntu wengaphethanga staff notation or whatever, uyabona, izawufundisa abantu ukuthi ingoma indala kunendlela esizibekayo thina sithi nazo. So I think it is important to bring those things, you know, to bring those things so that we can learn some more and more. Noma India ukhangeleka ngathi lula ingathi into nje, but when you have to play it or when you have to sing it, you realize, but okay, this is not as simple as I thought, you know. So storytelling is very important. So I'm also trying to bring that. I mean, I've been invited to so many schools, you know, even Alabebai, to come and tell Ibalileka noma India. You know, they've done a documentary already, you know, Gela Balileka noma India.
Oh wow.
You know, because I also read for kids. You know, well, not just for kids. I mean, as a station in their funda incwadi. But the point about it's kubalulekile into kokuba each and everything enandiyifundisiwe mna endicinga ibalulekile for our society igqithise for you know, for the next generation. Imagine if umakhulu wam did not tell me those stories. Imagine if she did not teach me how to sing. You would not have the songs that you hear from me.
Yeah, no. Thanks for those reflections, Kwalo. Recently, I've just been, you know, thinking about this idea of new histories and legacies. That in as much as we are glued to our history and we sort of read our ways, you know, forth, you know, informed by our history. But I was just thinking more, or maybe as a way to extend to that sometimes we need to pay close attention to unfolding realities and new histories, which are becoming legacies for this generation and the coming one. I'm saying this because now you mentioned one important thing there that was actually not one, you've mentioned many, but the part of really documenting. And when you document, it's a very delicate process because you know that you're doing this for generations to come. So your love basically is beyond, because you see what sometimes other people may not be having eyes to see. But you just committed to this journey that, look, I strongly believe that this is the way forward, and then let's document this. And now you are saying that as a result of you stepping out and really making sure that you don't compromise this little child that you're carrying, and that you want to see sing out in the open, engenaqhala, but living out his life, his purpose. You are making sure that all that is happening, and you are giving it all, because you're not giving us a watered version of yourself. It's very authentic. I mean, Ibaluleka Noma India is one of my favorite tunes. Like when I listen to that record, because there's so much that's hidden there. And now you are saying that now they are documenting it, and you keep getting invites from Isgolo to go and present Ibaluleka Noma India. So as we are drawing closer to the end of this show, we are going to play you a song, and then we come back, and then we have a very short conversation, and then we wrap it. And you're listening to Jazz Outside the Box, and this is your space for sonic engagements. And I hope you guys are really having a great time. I hope that you guys are safe. I hope that also you're going to Makanda. It's starting tomorrow,
Yes,
and it's going to,
yeah.
yeah. It's going to be a nice treat. I mean, there's a beautiful program at DSG, beautiful jazz program that's happening there. Linda Skakane, who is Standard Bank Young Artist of the Year, is one of the headliners. So please do check it out. Now let's play you some music from him. That's Hidden Love. Welcome back to Jazz Outside the Box, your space for sonic engagements on Ken R Radio. According to you, you are with Zuko Yigi and our lovely guest Dumza Maswana. But Dumza, sesifikelele kumaphethelo enkqubo yethu, and maybe to some people, that really want to know where your source is, where you're getting inspiration, because you're writing beautiful music that is, enunciating beautiful messages. Sometimes I feel they're coded, but because I'm very close to you, and sometimes we get to talk about these songs, we get to talk about what informs these sounds, and especially sometimes your inspiration and where do these songs come from. Some people dream, some people go to the travel, hike, and do whatever and get inspiration to write. And how's your writing process? Where is this music coming from?
Look, mna i-process yami yobhala iza ngendlela ezininzi. I could just remember a story and or a feeling or some story, something that I know, something that I imagine. So it's from quite a like different places. I mean, I can tell you the ingoma ezininzi ndizibhala when I'm jogging,
Nice.
because I think it's nice and quiet. But sometimes I'm listening to umculo and I get inspired. Mhlambi line ethile eyi-one. So it's from quite a lot of places, and I've been thinking about the conversations that we had, and we always, every time we have a chat, we speak of memory, and 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 I just realized ixesha elininzi I always go back, to whether ndicula umzekelo la ngawuba idlala eqala ithi ndakhuliswa ngesidima ngamaqabaqaba imbola kuloo manqugwala lwengenxa. So it tells ukuba this is something that I know,
Yes.
indawo endandikuyo ekhoyo apha kwi-subconscious yam
Yeah.
ihleli. So sometimes I draw from those things endizaziyo, but at the same time sometimes ndithetha ngezinto that andifuna ukuzibona zisenzeka. So
Yes.
so zininzi izinto ezenza endicula ngazo, okanye ezindi-inspired shayo as a composer.
No. That's beautiful, and I'm saying it's beautiful because if we were to look into your songs as books, one may start realizing that you've written so many books and letters, because one song is sort of explaining a different situation, and a different song is explaining a different situation as well. Now, looking forward as well, even beyond Umnguno, I think you've highlighted that the second step is to record this music with the orchestra, and Uadi, you mentioning that is also one of the instruments perhaps you're gonna be incorporating in this beautiful project. And any idea perhaps when I know the process has started of writing and arranging, and when do you anticipate studio time for this baby?
I hope next year. I hope next year. I was actually listening to some of ingoma ezizayo. Umzekelo, let me just sing you nje into encinci, you know. Umzekelo, there's a song ethi ndibolekeni izembe iyaluma lenja, you know, andiyava kuthi ndizaboleka izembe ke ndizawulunywa yinja, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm, but there's quite ikhona le bendifuna ukuculela yona ndingayazi ngokuba iveske yabaleka yayotshona kwephi na. But man, the music that I'm writing now, it is so beautiful, and indincediswa ke iband yam, you know. In my next album, there are 3 people that I know for sure that I'll be working with. Usakile Simane will be one of those people. You know, he's going to help me arrange this music. You know, ube le sound endiyifunayo in terms of a big band. You know,
yeah,
this is going to help me map ilanduka they like to bala and arrange the music ube iledla sifuna ngayo. And I also want to have Yonela Mnana, you know,
yeah,
because when I started with this le sound in City Chong, man, this is what I want to do, Mnana. I went to Mnana, and if there's one artist, you know, who validated my ideas, it was Mnana. You
yeah,
know, everything
yeah,
that I can, and he would ask me, you know, but how do you hear a piano? Uba piano kanjani? You know,
yeah,
this is how I'm hearing it, and then he goes straight there. You know, so I would love to have him on, you know, on 1 or 2 songs. You know, Mnana. Uh, I also pray that I have I collaborate with one of my favorite artists. You know,
yeah,
um, I mean, I would love to. I'm just putting it out there. I haven't spoken with her, but I would love to do a song with Simbo Dana, for instance. You know,
yeah,
um, there's quite a lot of people that I would want to, even though I don't always feel like I'm ready. You know, for
yeah,
collaborations like that. You know, but I will see in the about what is the album about. You know, but it would be awesome. You know, and also a lot of people are offering ingoma, and I maybe I want to say this because people take offense when you don't take their songs. You know,
yeah,
the reason is that with him he albums sometimes,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
And then when Zuko comes with his song, and you know, you check, you're like, it's not. I feel kule ndawo ndifuna kuyo, you
yeah.
know. Yeah, so you know, but I mean, it's really going to be a beautiful album.
No, no, no. Thank you very much. We see the messages. Let's read this one. Beautiful interview. Thank you, Dumza, and to you, Zuko. I love the authenticity that Dumza has in his music, and it is also coming out strongly from this interview. First time listening to his interview. That is coming from Uzipo Kleko. Ungaphaya at Dwesa, doing some important research there. Um, yeah, so people are really sending strong love. We really appreciate that. We've come to the end of this beautiful show, and Kwalo Sibulela Kakhulu, keep putting your light up so that it can continue to dazzle not for yourself but for everyone around you, generations and generations to come. We really appreciate you. You've done so many things for the province and the entire country. Thank you for your committed work, and we are sending blessings your way, and we hope that everything that you do will become exactly what you anticipate, and sometimes even more. May your expectations be transcended by something else that we're not even aware of. We know that beautiful things are ahead of us. May the good times, wait for us to arrive and treat them well. To beautiful watchers and listeners, This is Jazz Outside the Box with Zuko Yigi. I'm broadcasting live from East London studios. Let's meet next time, next week. Same time, we are bringing you very beautiful things. It's Makanda Festival, and we have beautiful things up our sleeves, and we are going to really spread our love and by all means. And I would like to send a very big shout out to Sakino Bozolo. He's doing an important work in Gqeberha Kwanxeba every Thursdays. Please do check it out. It's a nice jazz cultural engagement. And I know from time to time is joined by Elviro, bassist, and Tom Abuza, and many more. And we know that in East London, there's Jazz and Pizza Thursdays happening at Legends tomorrow at 6 until 9 p.m. So please do pull in. It's going to be a special treat. We're playing some nice music tomorrow. And then we know that Saturday and Sunday, we're at Blue Lagoon. We're playing jazz from 3 to 7. It's all happening. And to everyone who's preparing for a jazz venture this weekend, we are sending blessings and strength and great vibes your way. Let's meet next week. We love you all. And we're signing out, playing you Umalume, Ubra Hebza, and SCT Oza Moya. See you next week. Ubusuku obuhle.